What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Arsovi here, and today we are back with another video of Should I Buy? This time around we will be taking a look at Mafia 3, which came out last Friday, the October 7th, and yeah, I actually want to apologize because I haven't really been uploaded, but mainly because I actually made another video of Should I Buy, which was called Should I Buy No Man's Sky, and I really enjoyed No Man's Sky, but I kind of made that video really earlier on my sort of playthrough of No Man's Sky, my bad. And so what happened is I really got a really good feeling out of it. I was so hyped, I enjoyed it so much, but in the end, after playing it more, I kind of got disappointed, and it's funny how my opinion of the game kind of changed fast. And so this time around, I decided to take more time, couple more days, to actually form a good opinion on the game. I watched some critics, I watched some other people's opinion, and I made my own out of it, and I will basically explain it to you guys, see the good and the bad things that I get from this game. Alright, so for the ones of you who have never played Mafia game before, Mafia 3 actually takes place in a totally separated universe, except the fact that there's actually the previous protagonist, which is Vito, in the game. He is there, and he's more of a sidekick. He will help you out during the campaign, but that's pretty much it. So, what is the entire story of Mafia 3? What's the goal in it? What's the purpose? It's to basically take your revenge against the Italian Mafia. I will not tell you anything. I will not tell you what they have done, but they pissed off Lincoln so badly at a point where he wants to take his revenge, and it's a bloody revenge. He wants to kill them all, wipe them out of the map, kill them all, and take control of the entire districts of New Orleans or New Bordeaux. Now, as of the graphics, I could say that they run pretty smoothly and everything looks pretty gorgeous to me. There are some textures that I'm unsure why they use, such as the ground. You can see while I'm riding right now, my actual car, it seems like if the ground's just flat, it seems like if there's no texture, but if I actually slow down, and you'll see right now, I look on the ground, there is some pretty decent textures. Like, you can see the water, you can see all of it, but for some reason, while you're riding, it's not there. It's just sort of invisible. I don't understand what happened there, but it's kind of weird. But as far as that, as I said, graphics are pretty awesome. Like, there's no complaints at all. The reflection is there, and everything looks super smooth. It runs super smooth, except two things. One being the fact that the lighting in this game is sort of too intense for me, and this particular shot's okay, but for some of them is really bad. Like, you literally feel like it's a constant flashbang in your face. Now, my second complaint is the fact that some things just take more time to load up. As you see the wires up there, the electric wires, they just kind of load up as I just drive. It's completely insane. It's just annoying, because sometimes you'll just do this or that, and trees will spawn, and then wires will spawn, and the grass will spawn, and so for this, I really feel like there has to be something, a patch is really needed to fix this, because this is just kind of an immersion ruiner for me. I'm a really big guy about immersion, and I just love it when I drive and everything runs super smoothly, and it's just not the case for driving. It's kind of annoying. Now, as far as gameplay, the game is super awesome. The cover system just feels so good, and I'm not even exaggerating here. It's so great. It just feels good. Whenever you're playing, you feel like you're actually really feeling the animation. The animation are just, they're awesome. That's my only sort of adjective that I could just say about this word. It's insane. Like, whenever you'll start running and aim and run back, there's an actual animation that your character sort of jumps, as you could see right there in the gameplay. He jumped on himself just to kind of, sort of starts running again. It's insane, the little details here and there they made for the animations. It's just so good. The fighting and the shooting is, in my opinion, really awesome. I love the shooting, and as far as the fighting, it's just insane. You can triple tap circle, and then the third time you get that sort of circle hold animation where you can actually kill and execute an enemy with such a freaking brutal way. It's insane. The kill animation in this game are just, they're just incredible. You cannot have enough satisfaction. You just want to kill more and more people, because you actually really get that satisfaction of the kills behind it, which is not any sort of psychopath thing I'm saying here. It's just really cool, and they really kind of made some innovations out of there. It just feels good. That's my only sort of point here I was trying to bring up. It feels good. Now, as far as freedom of gameplay, it is really fun, because it's actually up to you whether you want to approach it silently, quietly, stealthily, or go ham and just shoot everybody like I'm doing right now. It's totally up to you. You can just do whatever you want, whenever you want. And that's a very, very, very satisfying thing to know. Because when you know that you can just go ham and just shoot everybody like I'm doing right now, you really know that you are doing what you want and actually killing them in a brutal way. As where if you would go, for instance, very quietly and kill them all silently and manipulating them, you also get that feel like you are the one doing that because you know it's your choice. You know you are the one behind all of this. And that's pretty much what we all want, isn't it? Like, we want to get that feeling like we are taking down the entire Mafia mob, and that's exactly what I'm getting out of this gameplay. Now, onto the environment. I will say this is by far one of the best maps I've ever seen in a video game yet. It feels so alive, and every single district and regions feel so different that it's just incredible. The people, the way they're dressed, the way they're talking, the vehicles, the building, everything feels different. And it's just insane. Some people were actually complaining that the missions itself feel sort of alike. Like, for instance, you'll be asked to take down one mob boss there, and you'll have to take another mob boss another place, or another sort of mafioso or whatever the fuck. And basically, you have to go there and kill them. And some people are like, yeah, that's the same thing. But to me, it isn't, because the map is so big and so different from one to another that I just don't get that feeling. Now, as far as the map itself, as you can see, it is pretty freaking huge, but I kind of feel like it's empty in some ways. Maybe it's because I haven't discovered anything, but I don't feel like sometimes there's some things that are lacking. As you can see, the kill list is pretty simple. You have the big boss, and you have a few targets you need to eliminate, but before killing those targets, you actually need to kill 2 other targets. And before killing those 2 targets, you need to actually do some missions that will sort of mess up their businesses in order to successfully get them out of their hidings. Now, if you are really a big fan of collectibles, don't worry, there's a lot of collectibles to get in the game. And if you are sort of a big car fan, because this game is a lot about muscle cars, as you can see by the setting, there is actually a feature where you can call up a sort of mechano like GTA similar sort of, and you can basically get your car delivered, which is pretty freaking useful when you're out of reach to your vehicle. Now, onto the weapons themselves. It is crazy. There's just so many different types of weapons, so many different types of like ways that you can use them, and their own sort of particularities. And there's also sort of upgrades you can get for the specific weapon types. For instance, you can get upgrades for the reload speeds for assault rifle, and you can also get some exclusive weapons that will be only obtainable if you progress enough with a specific lieutenant. As I kind of my bad mentioned, there are 3 lieutenants in the game. There is Cassandra, Vito, and Burke, and those 3 actually have their own features and upgrades that you can get out of them, which is really freaking awesome, because you can actually sort of upgrade one more than another and get some really good and decent things out of it. As far as the cinematics, as you can see by the gameplay in the background, they are gorgeous. They just look so good, and you really feel like you are in a movie. It's no joke. You feel like you're in a movie. You feel like you're watching something, and you really get that emotion from the character because they are pissed from something or another, and you kind of really feel that. You get that out of it. It's just awesome. Everything feels good from the cinematic, and I love it. So, what are my final thoughts on the game? Well, I will actually simply compare the good things from the bad things from side to side, in my opinion again. Starting off with the graphics, I think they're pretty decent. The animation and the gameplay feels super smooth, and everything is awesome. The story is so well written that you just want to play it more to learn more about it, because it's just so good. Now, as far as the environment, I will say this: the regions and the districts are so different from one to another, and it's just so awesome to explore them. But they are kind of lacking of activities to do. Now, I don't know if they're planning on updating this, but as of now, there is no way for you to actually interact with the activities and the map. So for instance, if there's a restaurant, you can go in it, it's fully rendered, there's actually the entire interior, but you cannot buy or order food or anything, which is kind of a bummer to me. I kind of feel like you're just in this open world and you cannot do anything. It's kind of stupid sometimes. Onto the actual features that are lacking from the game right now, but will be upgraded or just bring in or through a patch or anything. They did say they will be bringing in outfits, because as of now there's no way for you to customize your character, which is kind of a bummer, as I said again, but it's okay. I mean, they will be upgrading that, and that's okay. They will also be upgrading the fact that you cannot customize your vehicle at the moment. As I say, if you're watching this video in the future, try to get informed if they did update it or not. I will also be kind of covering this on my channel, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, they are actually planning on updating it for that. So onto the technical issues. I did say the lighting was bugging me. I kind of don't like that. It's just annoying. It's too flashy. And there's also the fact that the game actually sort of doesn't render some grass or trees or other stuff sometimes, and it's kind of annoying, but I can get through with it. It's just ruining my immersion. So yeah, that was my actual thoughts on Mafia 3. Let me know what you guys think of the game in the comment section down below. I would really like to hear that. If you think I'm wrong or if you think I'm right, tell me what's your opinion on the game, how you're feeling about it. That's pretty much it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I see you guys in the next one.